A successful sports agent is running for Congress in Ventura County.
He is also facing some death threats. He recently got a letter that reads, "You will suffer. Your children will suffer. There's a bullet with your name on it, and I know where you sleep."
Let's bring in Fadde Mikhail. There he is. We welcome you. Your first time on the special report. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me. How are you guys?
Well, we're doing just fine. We're sorry, though, about what you are facing, this death threat. Tell us how this came about and where it stands now.
We received it in the mail, the United States Postal Service. My wife opens it up, and she read those treacherous words that no American should ever have to deal with. It's obviously not a fun experience to go through as a family, as I am a husband and father with 3 young children. But at the end of the day, I do find it to be that I'm doing a good job because I'm fighting for the American people. And hey, some people might not like what I have to say, but at the end of the day, I am fighting for my constituents. You know, right now there's a $1 gas tax on just unleaded fuel. Those are things that I've been talking about for months, not to mention 16% direct fuel tax on all diesel fuel. And the simple fact that we're not energy independent is why I'm catching heat. I'm not afraid to call out politicians or even our current president, Joe Biden, but there are a lot of things that are wrong in this district of mine and in this state of ours, and people are dealing with it every single day. So I'm unfortunately catching the heat for it, but I'm not afraid. I'm here to fight.
So that threat is now being investigated by authorities. You've reached out, and hopefully they're able to find the person that did that and bring them to justice. Let's talk a little bit more about your campaign. We've got some of your campaign ad here. Let's play that.
My father immigrated from Egypt with only $18 in his pocket. Because of his courage, I grew up here, safe from persecution and oppression. His faith in the American dream meant that I could live my own dream, working with some of the most incredible creative people alive today. My father made sure that we had it better than he did, but when my wife and I look at our own kids, we wonder, will they have it better than us? Right now, the answer is no.
So as you could see in there, you've done some work as a high-profile sports agent and now making this move into politics. The sports agent world seems a lot more glamorous and more fun than politics. Why do this?
Yeah.
Why choose to do this, especially in a district that is traditionally voted Democratic?
The answer is simple. You know, as I've mentioned, there's a lot of things wrong with my district and our state. California ranks 40th in education, as I had mentioned in my video. You know, I have 3 small young children, and there's thousands and thousands of children that are facing the same issues that my children are facing, that their future is seriously in jeopardy. And I'm here to, fight for them, give every parent, every father, every mother a voice. I'm here to fight for all small businesses, as well as we've lost more than 19,000 small businesses. You know, nobody is able to tolerate what's going on right now, from the A-listers all the way down to the poor and middle class. Everybody is feeling it. So I'm here to represent every single Californian, as well as District 26 constituent.
And District 26, by the way, is parts of Ventura and LA counties. You were just talking about the incredible gas prices that we're seeing out there after weeks of surging. There might be a little bit of relief for those prices because of the price of a barrel of crude oil. It dropped below $100 for a short time. Last week, the price hit $130. We're also seeing a slight decrease at the pump. Nationally, prices are down about 11 cents from Saturday, but the downward trend will not likely last. So what would be your plan right now to help relieve the pain at the pump for your constituents?
Well, first we need to tell Joe Biden and Gavin Newsom to automatically eliminate the fuel tax that is being bestowed upon every single person at the gas pump. That's number one. But number two, and to me, this is the most important point, is we can't go to Iran or Venezuela to buy our fuel or oil barrels. We have to become energy independent like we once were, in the not so far distance future. We need to regain that. We have enough to supply our people, not only in my district, but in this state, as well as the rest of this country. We should not be going to buy additional oil from other countries. We have everything that it takes here, and all I care about is that every single American in this country is able to be first.
But on that point about the gas tax, obviously it's politically popular to say we don't want to pay the gas tax. But the gas tax has passed here in this state multiple times through voters because it funds hundreds of millions, not billions of dollars in transportation investments in California. Where do you get the money to do that? Or do you think that that's not a good investment of our money?
Well, if you look at our freeways, potholes everywhere, streets have potholes everywhere, construction projects are taking 20, 30 years, nothing's really getting done. So essentially, where's that money going? Where's that money going? Because Lord knows, I certainly don't see it going anywhere.
So then where do you fund all the projects to fix the stuff?
There will still be a gas tax, okay? It can't be the higher that the per gallon is, the higher that the gas tax is. The lower that the gallon is, the lower that the gas tax is. Obviously, more people are going to buy more fuel when the gas is cheaper as opposed to when it's more expensive. So at the same time, they're still going to be able to have those projects funded. But gouging people at the gas pump is not the answer.
Getting back to the death threat that you received, you mentioned you have your father, a husband, of course. Have you thought twice then about continuing your campaign when you're getting a threat like that? And how does your family feel?
I have not thought about it twice at all. I am not going to be dropping out, not for one iota. My family supports me. My wife has my back. And quite frankly, I take the death threat as a badge of honor, that I'm actually making enough noise out in my city, in my district, that people are listening.
And real quickly, your thoughts on education, because I know you want to make some big changes there, maybe in 30 seconds.
Education in California is 40th in the country. We need to be able to pass school choice in this state, as well as on a federal standpoint, from a federal level. I also want to be able to implement trade organizations into all high schools, because at the same time, people have already accepted that college is not for everyone due to the fact that it is so expensive. Yeah. And student debt is not going away anytime soon. So with that being said, there needs to be a change in American educational infrastructure.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing your views. If you want to support Fadde, you can go to his website right now. Thanks so much for coming on. Really appreciate it. And best to your family.
Thank you so much, guys. You guys have a wonderful day.
You too.